Warning, I chain smoke and I say fuck a lot, but I accept myself for the way I am. I accept you too. Viewer discretion advised.
Former Vice President of Walt Disney, sentenced to more than 6 years in Portland sex abuse investigation. June 17th, 2019. Portland, Oregon. A former vice president for the Walt Disney Company has been sentenced to more than 6 years in prison following a child sex abuse investigation. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office said Michael Laney, 73, was sentenced on Friday to 81 months in prison. Along with his prison sentence, Laney will have to register as a sex offender and pay a $4,000 fine. Laney was found guilty on 4 counts of first-degree sexual abuse on May 7th. A young girl disclosed that she had been sexually abused by the Laney. The disclosure was first reported to law enforcement in Washington State, where the victim lived at the time of her disclosure. The Portland Police Bureau assumed the investigation after it was determined that the abuse had occurred in Portland starting in approximately 2009, when the victim was about 7 years old, the attorney's office said. The court found sufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Laney was guilty of repeated sexual abuse involving the girl. While conducting their investigation into the first reported disclosure of rape and sexual abuse by the defendant, detectives learned of other allegations of sexual abuse involving Laney. One person told law enforcement Laney had sexually abused her while she was a minor in approximately 2007, when she lived in Portland. But the court found there was not sufficient evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Laney was guilty of this allegation. Laney's attorneys cited some of Laney's personal circumstances, noting that he is the caretaker for his wife, who has Parkinson's disease. Laney's wife's doctor, Blaine Crandall, submitted a letter on Laney's behalf saying his wife, quote, could be expected to suffer serious consequences to her health and well-being without an in-home caregiver, a role her husband had been filling. In response to House's statement, Multnomah County Deputy District Attorney Charles Mickley called the claims, quote, offensive and insulting. Quote, defendant wholly ignores the compelling evidence of his guilt presented at trial, including the evidence of his long-standing sexual interest in children. If you search for Michael Laney, you'll find the Davis Group Ltd, and you'll also see that his page is gone. But have no fear. Thanks to the Wayback Machine, you can find it. Michael Laney, strategic partner. All the news articles that I could find, they mention Disney. They don't mention Senior Vice President, Warner Brothers Feature Animation, Vice President of Operations, Walt Disney Feature Animation, Office of the President, Vice President, CFO, Decor, President, Children's Wonderland Incorporated. Why is it every time I come across Wonderland, it's usually got something to do with pedophiles? I did a video a while ago called Is Wonderland, and it's all about Lewis Carroll and the real Alice, which a lot of people say he was in love with, despite her being a child. And after researching it and making the video, I have my own suspicions. I also did a video called Wonderland Club, and it was about an international online pedophile bust, and the pedophiles called themselves the Wonderland Club. To name a couple, but I'm sure there's more. President, Cool Roof of California, Incorporated. Vice President, Controller, Do Common Incorporated. Senior Vice President, COO and CFO, Monarch Mirador Incorporated, Stanley Works. Chief Financial Officer, Education Management Systems. Professional associations, there's a whole shitload of them, but some that stand out are American School Counselors Association, Children's Wonderland Incorporated, Board of Directors, OTC. His personal website seems to still be up, mlaneyassoc.com. Bloomberg, you can still find him there. Director, Children's Wonderland. Company overview of Children's Wonderland. Alpharetta, Georgia, 242 employees. In May 2001, Children's Wonderland Incorporated completed the sale of the assets relating to its only remaining daycare and preschool center in West Haven, Connecticut. Previously, Children's Wonderland Inc. was engaged in the ownership and operation of full-service family care, which provided educational programs and activities for infants, toddlers, preschoolers, kindergartners, and the elderly. It also provided before and or after school care for elementary school aged children, and flex care and care for the mildly ill. The website they have listed is childrenswonderland.com, which if you go to it, it redirects you to Wonderland gift bar. But if you type it into the Wayback Machine, it goes a little bit further back. It starts in October of 2000, and there's no website at this address. October 19th, 2001, you get this. Children's Wonderland Incorporated has completed and filed the fiscal blah blah blah. This kind of shit I can't read. By 2002, the domain was for sale. September 2004, Wonderland, A Child's Place, coming up soon. 2006, it brings you here, Wonderland, A Child's Place. The web address was bought and used for this online shopping thing. Michael and his wife co-published a book called The Introvert and Extrovert in Love by Marty Laney and Michael Laney. Marty Laney, his wife, also has other books she's published. He was Vice President, Operations, Feature Animation, Walt Disney Pictures and Television, part of the Walt Disney Company, Glendale, 1992 through 1993. Senior Vice President of Operations at Warner Brothers, 94 to 96. President of Children's Wonderland, 96 to 97. I find it odd that nowhere mentions him being a former VP for Warner Brothers also, and I find it very odd that he was president of an organization called Children's Wonderland Incorporated.
That's all, folks.
Fucking stoned.
I got a motherfucking spaceship. Oh, fuck. Cool, I got it.